it enlightened. Right now I'm feeling like Tyson. I was just breaking the ice. I'm all in your face. I know they don't like me.
Round for round, we go pound for pound. Built it from the ground. Get up, I've been knocked down. They feeling the sound, feel like they watching now. Ooh, let's work it out. Build it to the clouds. Fight, 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 fight.
I get 'em.
Fight, 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 fight. Swing that knock 'em out. Fight down, fight count.
That's it, fight, KO. Now he gotta lay low.
Fight, 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 fight.
Let's go. I feel like I'm rockin'. Can't nobody stop me.
Tell 'em it's the ring. They want it, come and see.
Caught you living all of these fantasies. Caught you talking about me when you don't know me. Why you gotta talk on my name when you don't even know what my last name is? Why you gotta stay calling up my phone? Girl, you better sit down and play your role. Why you gotta keep coming to my home when you know I don't roll that way no more? Why you gotta go out and play with my heart? You tore me apart. Thought you were someone else, I was looking for a find. Then you wasted all my time. Girl, you do this all the time. When you gonna change it up? When you gonna look up and see that I'm up? I don't get why you started talking when you know that I got. When you see me locking lips, you know what I gave to you. You know what I gave for you. You know what I made us. You know that I saved us. Why you gotta go out and play with my heart? You tore me apart.
Tune in every Monday night with Late Nights with All Access. All Access. All Access. Catch the latest news trends and everything happening around San Antonio, Texas. We go live on YouTube every Monday night with live energy, live comments, and live giveaways. Tune in every Monday night with Late Nights with All Access. All Access.
Late Nights with All Access. All Access. All Access.
And everyone. We are back. Late nights with All Access. Myself, Mike Anthony. Right next to me, Miss Aja Brown.
Hi.
Miss Aja Brown.
Hey.
And we have one of the partners over here at 3 Oak, Mr. Devin. Thank you so much for allowing us to come over here and set up last minute. And the game is about to start at 8:30, so go Spurs, go.
Woo!
Yes,
Y'all know I don't know nothing about no basketball. So.
It's a great environment. Those that have never been here, this is formerly known as the home room.
Yes.
And, 3 Oak right here has an incredible establishment. You're actually seeing one of the VIP booth areas at this moment. They have a really collective of artwork of the Spurs on the wall. So beautiful establishment. Again, thank you for being our guest tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me again. I appreciate the comments. I'm glad you like what we did here.
No, yes. And there's a lot to it as well. So we'll get to that in a minute. But over the weekend, you were able to experience a fashion show. So
I've experienced many
of them.
In many.
But like this weekend, you had the Devils Wear Prada fashion show.
Yes, it was great. All the models did an amazing job. Shout out to everyone that was a part of putting that together. I thought the designs were fabulous. And yeah. Oh, look, there I go. Wait, put it back. Oh, look.
There she is, right
In my
there.
element. If y'all don't know, I actually started off with runway, so I love that world.
And then, of course, shout out to Max. He's the one that put it all together. Incredible guy, a genius behind it. And, it was at the BMW off of I-10 in Days of Vala. So shout out to one of my closest friends. It was his birthday this weekend, too. So Christopher Mott, he was the MC for it as well. So
happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
There was actually another fashion show, too, that happened on set Sunday. It was the Texas Met. So that was hosted by Jacavian. If y'all don't know him, he's a very, very talented designer here in San Antonio. He's been doing the damn thing. And we just had the Met Gala last night.
Oh, wow.
To the official Met Gala. So if you guys don't know him, go follow him on Instagram. He's very talented.
Have you ever experienced a fashion show?
I have not.
No?
To be honest, no. Never live.
You'd be surprised how serious it is. So when I got invited to be at one other fashion show, they gave me a seat in the front. And mind you all, I've never been to a fashion show, so I don't know how serious this is. So I get there, and, I'm seated. I got my +1, which shout out to Scott Maloof. He was my +1. And so we're there, and in the front, and after the fashion show was over, everyone kind of flocked. And they were like, what do you do? Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. I didn't know how serious. They're like, you got in the front. They're like, you're in the front. Like, who are you? And I didn't know how serious it is. Happened again. Shout out to again Max. He had another fashion show at Saks Avenue, or is that how to say it? Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay. And I was there. I wasn't supposed to sit in the front. I just showed love and support. But he was looking around because there was 2 seats available. He gets one seat sat with someone else. And then he's like looking through the crowd. I'm just like, please don't call me. Please don't call me. And he looks at me, Mike Anthony, come. I'm like, no, because you have to walk through the runway and in front of everyone. I'm just like, no, man. I'm like, I don't want to be doing all that. But they're all looking at me. So I'm like, all right. So I go sit down, watch the fashion show. Again, same thing happened. Like, who are you? And I didn't realize how serious, if you're in the fashion industry, that is a big deal.
So seat placement in the fashion world, run shows is important. Those who sit the closest are the most important.
Yeah, so if you don't know about the Met Gala, it's one of the biggest fashion nights ever. And that's obviously by Anna Wintour, if you know Vogue. And you have to pay it starts at $75,000 just to get a ticket.
Oh,
but even
wow.
if you buy a ticket, that doesn't mean you get to just go. Everything has to be approved by seat placement, designers, anybody. Everything has to go through her. Like, it's a whole thing. Literally.
That is
and
interesting.
No phones,
I didn't know that.
no cameras, nothing like that. So now he think he Anna Wintour. Now he done been invited.
Hey, you already know it.
Oh, what? Hollywood.
I'm not sitting anything less. If it's not front row, it's not for me. Not playing.
I thought you retired Hollywood.
No, I did retire Hollywood. Yeah, that's retired. But no, it's actually fun, So next time I get invited, I'm gonna invite you guys.
Invite me, it'd be great. I'd love to dress up. Give me a reason to throw on a suit.
See, there you have it.
Literally.
I'm so basic. I don't like to dress up at all, but I've been really trying really hard to start dressing up a little bit more this year.
This is the Mike Anthony starter pack.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
Really is.
that
Black
works.
shirt,
That's
blue
enough to
jeans,
get
and
out.
regular shoes.
Get you out the door.
But there you go, right there. You know,
Okay, y'all dressed up. Okay.
all black.
So what was the weekend like for you?
Was here at the bar. We watched the fight. Had the fight here at the bar.
Oh, yeah, the
So
fight.
we came for that. Sunday we were trying out a new Sundown Social, so it was a new event.
Okay.
EMD music, and so they did the whole outside Vegas style. So I was here checking that out. Normally weekends are quiet for me. Nothing extravagant. I have a very, very quiet life at home. Went swimming with the kids. I'm a dad at home, so
There
my
you
home
go.
life is very, very basic. Work Monday through Friday, home. This bar has given us some things to do in the evenings
Yeah.
and weekends.
Yeah,
But that's about it.
I can imagine working in the nightlife like that. All you want to do when you go home is just be at home, chill with your family and friends, something low key.
This is my second job. It started off to be something fun. I have a full-on business that I do. That's my 9 to 5.
What's your 9 to
7.
5?
I'm in real estate.
Real estate,
Been in
okay.
real estate 10 years. I have a real estate team here in San Antonio. It's called the Emery Group. We're with Keller Williams, #1 Keller Williams team in San Antonio, top 10 in the country. So our team does very, very well. And so this endeavor started on an accident. We were out. We were going out a lot at the time. It felt like a lot. And every time I go out, I was
That's
like,
how it happens, right?
yeah, like we should just open up our own bar. And they're like, yeah, we should. Yeah, we should. And it started off in just talks. And the name is Three Oaks, and there's 3 partners. Myself, David, and a guy named Mark. Mark runs the day-to-day operation, and Mark was an agent on my team. And I've known Mark since I was 7. And
Okay.
so Mark, he grew up as like my best friend. And
Aw.
so he worked with our real estate team, and he was struggling to find his version of success in that industry.
Yes.
And so he was always going back to the bar business, picking up shifts to like make ends meet. And he was like, man, if I open the bar, would you go run it? And I'll make you a partner. And he was like, yeah, I would love that. And he came with all these ideas of things he wanted to do and what it would look like. And so David is our director of sales on my real estate team, but also my best friend. So I was like, hey, man, we should just do this together. We were at Vibra's like in October. No, it wasn't even October. It was like right before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. And we're like, we should open a bar. And he was like, seriously, like 2026, we should open a bar. And then we started talking about it. We started looking at space on St. Mary's. And then December the 6th, this place hit the news. And it was
Yep,
sent to
it
me
hit the
by one
news.
of the agents on my team, like, there you go. And I was like, psh, hey, guys, jump in the car. We're going to go get this bar. And we showed up, and it felt like fate. The landlords were here taking inventory. They saw us. They let us in. They gave us a tour of the bar. And we're like, look, we want it. Like, what's next?
Kind of like a turnkey, too.
It was.
as
It
well.
felt very turnkey, and I would argue that it would have been, but it would have very much been the previous brand, right? So
Yeah.
we wanted to still put our own touch on what is us. So we added just the things that felt more like what we wanted to bring to the table, within the confines of what we had. We weren't trying to fully gut the building. They had already done a great job of doing what they did. It was like, look, let's just put some fresh paint. Let's add some sections. Let's make it feel like us. And we spent a lot more on the outside. The garden is where we believed we wanted to set that up for people.
I love the garden outside. So you guys can't see it, so y'all definitely have to come out here. But it's so cute, and this should definitely be a big summer spot.
That's the hope.
That's the goal,
And
yeah.
so, and then we opened the bar and had no idea what it was going to be like.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
mean,
appreciate it.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Come on
it was,
now.
It was no easy
Wah,
feat.
wah, wah,
It took
wah.
a lot of time, more money than I expected to put into it. But the goal is still the same. Just 3 friends trying to have a good time, create something that we're proud of, that makes us want to go out and hang out at. That's still the mission. That's the goal. And once that all aligns, we just wanted a place that felt like somewhere we'd go consistently.
All I know is shout out to DJ Mac because he's part of our team,
Yes.
and he DJs here certain
Nice.
nights. And he told us, he's like, hey, man, these guys are so awesome. They allowed us to post up these posters for the Latino Festival and the Tacos and Tequila Festival. And he's like, you got to meet them. Let's set up something. And it happened to be based on faith because Danny Green was here
Yes.
for his event. And, you know, I had text Danny that I was going to try to get here for his event. I didn't make it on time, but I was still able to meet you all. And the hospitality were just amazing. So you all for being new to the industry, but showing love and just having good customer service
Yes.
is going to go so far.
We're in the people business.
Yep.
All the way through. This is a people business. Our other business is people business. And our intent is to show that level of customer service and care and servitude to all the patrons that only come to the bar, but cross our paths. And it feels everything has felt like it's aligned at the right time, right? Like you said, DJ Mack introduced you to us. We ended up meeting Danny Green through our liquor rep. Well, we met D through our liquor rep, who introduced us to Danny Green, and it's just all kind of happened fast. It feels like, and a lot of it, truthfully, while it's done, it's not perfect, right? So there are some things that we're like, are we ready for that type of event? We want to always give best in class, and so there's times where we're not yet ready for that. So Danny Green was definitely a pressure test on not only our audio sound, but bringing in outside equipment and connecting to our equipment and hoping that everything aligns. So a lot of it's been failing forward, but it's been great. And the people that we have with us have all been amazing and been gracious to us because we're new to the business. So our bartenders, our management staff, our bar backs, our door guys, they've all been giving us grace and allowing us to fumble through navigating these waters of the bar business.
Good. And then obviously y'all's favorite team is the Spurs.
We're San Antonio, so we support the Spurs.
All the way from here down and over here, they have these, murals, pictures of, kind of murals too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of all the Spurs
players. This is really dope.
We are supporting the Spurs. I was never a Spurs fan growing up, ironically enough. But over the last few years.
Who was your team growing up?
The Lakers. Kobe was my guy.
Okay.
Different generation. Kobe was my guy. I was never really a team guy, more of a player guy.
See, same here.
And so I just aligned with where the player was at. I liked Tim Duncan, but the Spurs always felt like just slow and steady. They get the job done. Not a lot of entertainment going on at the time.
Boring, fundamentals.
Very fundamental basketball. Tim Duncan is amazing.
Hey, don't say that right now while the Spurs are playing and we laugh.
But today.
Go Spurs, go.
In today's generation, no, the new Spurs, we're so 100% behind Keldon Johnson, my favorite player today in the league.
There you go.
I love the way he attacks the game. So we are Spurs fans. My wife and I are season ticket holders. So we go to the games often. And so we are Spurs fans today. We love what Mitch has done with the team. And so we are huge supporters. That's why we have him in the bar.
And your favorite member right now?
Spurs, Keldon Johnson.
I act like I knew who that was.
Keldon Johnson is the favorite player today. Everyone says Wemby.
This one right here.
That's the one that everybody talks about, right?
Wemby's the one that gets the most
right
love. But Keldon, if you watch how he
Champagne's
plays
right
the
there.
game, he attacks it in a way that feels like a big, but he's a smaller dude. He just got that. I mess with that.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm happy for this team. They're all young and they have it in them. And I think they're going to take it all the way.
Oh, man, this feels like the late 2000s in the city right now.
They're going to win the championship. They're going to win it.
Every time they win, it feels like the old time, and the energy just gets bigger. And if you were at a Spurs game this year, I hope you can catch one next year. The energy in the arena is electric. I mean, fans are really getting behind the Spurs. If you were watching the last few years, it was a little boring in the arena. But now that they're coming up, the city's getting behind them, and it feels good.
No, it is. One of the things what you were saying as being a like a regular, you pick players besides teams. When Kobe Bryant, I grew up, like when I saw him playing, I saw him grow up. Yes. And I really gravitated to his style of playing, of course, mimicking Michael Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan, to me, is like the best, the GOAT of all time. And seeing him play was like the closest thing to Michael Jordan. But every time we would play against the Spurs, I would go for the Lakers because of Kobe. So people would be like, you can't do that. You're not a Spurs fan. I'm like, no, but I'm a Kobe fan. But when Kobe retires, I ain't going to be cheering for no damn Lakers.
Correct. And that's where I've been, right? Nothing against LeBron, Luka, they're all great players, but I'm not a Laker fan. So now it's just supporting the city. And so it's where I'm from. If we had a football team, I get behind them, even though I grew up with different teams because San Antonio never really had a team. And so now, but
Is
now
it Dallas?
We're supporting Dallas.
There you go.
It wasn't Dallas. Green
Yes.
Bay was always been my team growing up. Brett Favre was the guy that I liked.
Yeah.
But now we're in Texas, and Dallas is it. And so our bar is going to probably support Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, let's go, Dallas!
Show love to those who like
I
Dallas.
thought you were supposed to support who be winning.
No.
That would be a bandwagon hopper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that how you do it?
I support who my friends and my man at that time is supporting.
Okay, so you probably jumped
I
to
have a
some
collection
teams.
of,
Okay.
of merchandise from different teams.
She's ready for all teams.
I'm not a hopper. I'm just supporting my people.
I like that.
Okay.
Hey, that's good enough for me. I like people who just jump behind it and say, I got it.
But if
Yeah.
we're talking about soccer, it's Bayern. FC Kent's Bayern. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't follow soccer, so I don't know who that was.
Yeah. Me neither. So that's a good one.
I tried.
I didn't know that. I'm learning
It's
something
FC.
new
That's
about
not
you.
even. That's not even real Premier League, is it? That's like low. That's like Americanist.
Oh well, it's Munich is
Okay.
yeah, but that's Bayern.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Okay.
Well, okay, so we're here. You have
Yes.
a watch party for the Spurs right
We
now.
do.
So you're going to be doing
Spurs
watch
throughout.
parties throughout the.
We're watching the Spurs. Sound is on for the Spurs.
What's the specials and
Today it's 50% off everything.
There
so
you
it
go,
came out today, it's
50%.
50% off everything. All our Mondays are actually 50% off. So as we were building the bar, the management was like, there needs to be an industry night. And
Yep.
they wanted to do 50% off for industry folks. And I'm like, how do you verify who's in the industry? And he was like, well, they show that they work at what bar. We kind of take it at their word. I'm like, well, then just make 50% for everybody. Like, don't limit it. So if we're here carding people or what bar are you at? If you came to our bar, I just want to make it simple. So it's 50% off. And so today happens to land on a Monday. So everyone gets it. It just happened to align perfectly with the Spurs. We'll see how it does. If it does well, the turnout's amazing like we hope it is. And they love the 50% off. We'll keep it for Spurs games as we run through the series. If it's something that works
that's
out.
something different?
they're starting to pile in. There's some people out there. There's some
It's
people
coming.
Over there.
Yeah, it's
There's a guy
coming.
right there.
It's
Ooh, shout out
coming.
to that guy over there. Everybody's got their Spurs gear on.
They do.
Yes.
They sure do.
Oh, no.
So you get into this bar. How many months have y'all been open?
Open 64 days. So
64
we opened
days,
March
you
6th.
all. Wow. Okay. And, we built, we got to know each other and everything like that.
Yes.
You are the official after party for Tacos and Tequila.
Whoa, yes, we are. We are the official after party. Hoping to have some special news for everybody soon enough. That just kind of came up when you
How do
came
you
around.
feel about that? Because there were people trying to take the official party.
That's what I heard after the
Yeah.
fact.
And then I had to make a little statement out here.
Yeah, I was like, we're learning how to navigate these waters with respect to every other owner. We saw the opportunity when you came by and you're like, hey, y'all should think about it. And it was like, look, why don't we do it? Why don't we make that happen, figure out what that looks like? The emails came in, the numbers made sense, and it was like, look, let's get behind that. We're a new bar, and I think we're going to be taking a lot of these opportunities that come up to get awareness, for
Yeah.
one.
If it makes sense,
Yeah, it has to make sense financially, but if it makes sense, it's worth it to get new eyeballs on our bar, let them know that we exist,
Yes.
get them on this side of downtown, and then see where we go from there.
Yeah, because when I was telling people about this place, a lot of people didn't even know this building opened back up.
Yes.
So I think this is going to be a great, like, hey, we're here, we're new, but we're here.
Correct.
And shout out again to DJ Mac, because like that's how
He
all
set
of
it up.
this, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So he better be able to DJ here forever.
He has a spot. that I do know. And DJ Mac's been great. Like our soft
Yeah.
opening, he came out, and he was the first DJ that came out and showed love. We liked him. We gave him Fridays going forward.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to be like the hot spot, and then you're going to have all the DJs that then want to be part of the hot spot, and you'd be like, do the ones that are loyal to you.
We reward loyalty heavy, right?
That's
As we
amazing.
learn in the bar business,
Mhm.
not everyone's willing to ride the waves, and I get
Yeah.
it. This is a lot of them are living day to day. They're getting tipped out. And as we were building the bar, it started off really well, and then it kind of went dry when our friends stopped coming out every single weekend, spending all their money. And so some of the bar staff had to go and make money, so they weren't willing to stick it out. But we had the handful that stick it out with us. Like, look, as long as we're here, you got a spot with us because you're willing to give us grace as we navigate owning the bar.
Yep. So share a little bit about the bar. So the people
Yeah.
that can actually visualize it by hearing it. So we're actually inside.
Yes,
The-
we're in the main bar.
Okay.
4,400 square feet. 2 bar placements. There's the main bar that runs, I think we calculated at 50 feet.
Okay.
And then we have the south bar, which is the one furthest in the back. That splits both ways. That takes you outside.
There you go.
And that kind of the bridge between the outside and the inside.
Yes.
What people don't know is the stucco bar in the middle is actually supposed to be a shot bar.
Oh.
We just haven't set it up fully yet. It's up, but the whole bar in the center is intended to be a shot bar, simply to make shots, because when we would go out, we hated waiting in line for just shots. Like we order a round of shots for 10 people. It was like, we got to wait for all y'all to go just for some shots. We wanted to create an area where it felt like I just want to get
Just
shots.
shots.
Just shots.
I'm a shot
That is-
person, so I like
that
that. And
is
you guys
smart.
built that?
It used to be a wood bar, and we had it converted to a stucco bar to kind of fit the bohemian modern vibe. So it's a white stucco bar outside.
That's
Kind
smart.
of tie it in. We love the swing vibe. We've seen it not only at like Bentley's and other bars here in San Antonio. We've seen it in other cities that they brought swings, and we liked it. The first place I ever saw it, I lived in New Braunfels for some time, and at the Poorhouse they had swings
Yes,
outside.
the
And I
Poorhouse.
was like, that's genius. If you ever open like an indoor-outdoor vibe, this was before COVID time, and then COVID came, outdoor bars became the thing. And so when we did it, I'm like, I want swings. So we put swings on our outside south bar, and then we just want it to look beautiful. I believe that the customer that goes out today takes photos before they do anything else, and so we just wanted to give you the most opportunities to take photos of our bar. So our bathroom has the Rolls Royce starlights, if you look up, and then we did like a mirror station.
It's very true. The camera eats first all the time.
So we're trying to give customers that opportunity to come in, take photos, share with their friends, and then share the experience with everybody else.
And then you have a food truck area or
we have a food
park
truck.
area.
It was a barbecue spot before.
There you go.
I think it's switching up now to tacos.
Okay.
We plan on bringing a couple of food trucks out as time goes on.
Yes.
But we want to make sure our vendors eat. And so as we're ramping up, we didn't want to just have a ton of food trucks out there and it spreading the love. But as we begin to pick up, we'll have more and more food trucks to be able to offer customers different options for food.
Open 7 days out of the week?
We're open 7 days as of now. We were going to close Tuesdays, and Mark decided to open back up on Tuesdays.
Yes.
And just run 7 days. So we're 7 days a week, 4 to close, and it's kind of running.
And then what about hookah? You have hookah available?
We do not have hookah full time.
Not
but
full
everyone's
time?
saying we need to get hookah, so we've done it. We've done it for a few private events. We've had promoters who brought out hookah. We are torn between bringing hookah.
I'm going to hook you up with our hookah girl.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially for the official after party.
Yes.
Yeah, she's going to be out
Yeah,
here.
she'll be out here.
Love her.
Yes.
If hookah's a thing, bring her out. Like I said, we're trying to learn the crowd and determine
And
who likes what.
You got to, in my opinion, and this is nothing to discredit anybody that does hookah, you got to find someone that's willing to promote and create momentum, but also someone that's not trying to charge so much. Because you got to think about it. If you're charging, let's just say, $50, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, but, you know, I'm not 50 Cent right now. I can be, but no. Let's just say, because you got to think about the average person of what they spend. If they're spending $50 at the bar and then $50 on hookah, then that's all they're going to be capped off of is $100.
Yes.
But if you work with them, you're going to see more of the return. And then also you got food too, so you got to make sure that you're in a field, a venue that this is what people want right now. The club scene has kind of faded away in a sense to where people want to have these day parties. They want to be outdoors. They, not sure if it's family friendly, before a certain time, but our age group, my age group, has kids and family, and so they want to, be able to have a couple of good cocktails and have their kids with them, and then before 9 o'clock go back home and they call it a day.
That's
so
what the intent was. An elevated sports bar is the class
there you go.
that this
See?
bar falls
That's what it
into.
gets to me.
It is. It's very
in.
elevated.
So
Very
it's
nice.
It's something that's big in San Antonio's a major city, but you'll see it in other bigger cities where you go in and it's just an elevated version of a sports bar. They got the TVs everywhere, but they kind of classied it up a little bit, and that's what we wanted. When I want to go watch a Sunday football game, I want to be able to go somewhere and have it feel bougie, if you feel me.
No, yeah.
And that was the intent.
That's
I felt like a
good.
baddie when I walked in here.
That's what we want. We want that.
And they have the what do you call them?
The machines. So they placed them in here outside of my advice. We're putting
The skill games.
the skilled game machines
Yes,
in the house.
skill games.
So if you've ever been to the old space, there's this big old house that's sitting on this property. It belongs to us, essentially, in our lease
Really?
agreement.
Oh, wow.
And so we were torn with the idea of turning into another club and building it out. And the skilled machines are coming up. And it was like, turn into a skilled game room. So there will be machines in that run. Don't know how many, but it'll be
You'd be
substantial.
surprised because these skill games, they could be paying the rent.
They could. But
It's so crazy how that works because I have a friend that owns a bar, and he was struggling, and he put a couple of skill games, and he goes, "You're not going to believe this." I was like, "What?" He goes, "These skill games are keeping me afloat." I was like, "For real?" He goes, "Man," he goes, "I'm just blessed right now that it's covering my rent." I was like, "For real?" He goes, "Yeah."
I would love for the skilled game machines to be able to cover our rent.
I think placement
you gotta
is
advertise it,
like
you
important
know?
too, because you can have
So y'all,
a lot
if you
of
want,
things that get people
there's
in
skill-
here,
skill games.
right? So like if they come here, they know they can get on those, they can eat some food, they can smoke some hookah, they can drink, watch the game. Like, what's the point of leaving? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's like the goal. You want to get people in here and keep them here.
That's how it feels.
Trap
that
'em
is
in
definitely
here.
intent in the bar business. But it's like any other business, right? It's going to go in cycles. You're going to have your moments where you're winning and you're thriving. You're going to have
Yep.
moments where it's no longer the spot and you're having to pivot to what's next. And we're no strangers to hard work, right? When I come in here, I'm cleaning. I'm doing the
There you
grunt
go.
work.
That's awesome.
My partner David's the same way. Mark's the same way. Mark is intentional about greeting every customer that comes in, getting to know them, introducing himself, and then asking for feedback. We understand that the customer expectation of what they want to see is important. It's important to us. So every time a bar patron walks through the bar, Mark's job is to get to know them. Our management staff's their job is to get to know the customer, get feedback on how we performed. Is something we could do better? Did you wait too long for a drink? Was the drink crap? That way we can improve on our goals of making this bar the best bar for customers as they come to our bar.
Absolutely. And that's good to hear because most of the times people, they open up a bar and they don't take that consideration of like, you are in a hospitality business to where you got to serve and get feedback. So that's amazing.
This bar gives me like a Houston vibe.
I like that.
You
I
don't
appreciate
see a
that.
lot of like places like this. It's huge, and you guys actually like invested in making it look,
When I look at bars, some spend a ton of money, others spend money in different areas, right? And so I think it's a matter of what's priority with the budget they have already allocated. In some cases, some of the things get put off as like a down the road thing, and I don't think they ever come into it with the intent to not get to it, but life happens, you get caught up, and then those things just become harder and harder to get done. And so for us, it was like, let's get done with as much as we can before we open our doors, and then with things that we can get to later, let's be intentional about getting back to those things so that the bar doesn't feel incomplete as we go through. And there's still some things we want to bring to the community, the things we want to do to the bar to make it feel like this is what we wanted to bring. But for now, it's just getting the doors open. It was like, let's open, let's get customer feedback and see do we even need to go that route. We were going to other bars and be like, man, this place is thriving, but they weren't even as committed to the experience as we were hoping to be when we opened, and they're thriving. So I'm like, look, it's clear customers don't care what the venue looks like. They just want to come out and have a good time. Let's give them that and let's see if can we do that well. And so that's where we're working on today is, can we make this place the place?
Yeah,
There you
no,
go.
for sure. Do some karaoke.
We do it. Today, if you stick around after this is over, karaoke's on Mondays.
Oh.
There you have it right there, karaoke. So go down the days. What
Yeah,
are the
Mondays
promotions?
karaoke.
Okay.
Tuesday's going to be slam poetry.
Ooh.
Oh, our team would eat
Yes,
that up.
our team
Okay,
would eat
if y'all
that
got
up.
that.
We have a lot of,
Then Wednesday is going to be Latin night. Thursday's R&B night with DJ Jarvis. Fridays is DJ Mac, hip hop and
Hello,
R&B.
Jarvis.
Hey, Jarvis. I see
Saturdays hip hop. Sundays we're running EMD with about to drop the name on the promoter. Sundown Social.
Okay.
There was their first Sunday this past Sunday, and they're running going forward. They were formerly at River I South North, and they moved over here
Okay.
to have a little bit more outside space. And so they did amazing yesterday. Had a great turnout. So I'm excited to
Awesome.
see what they build out as they keep going.
I
for
mean,
the
it
day
seems
party.
like that house EDM music is trying to come back.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, right?
Come back.
Yes.
Did it
No,
ever go away?
it went away. It went away, in my opinion. I mean, I've been in the game for 15 plus years, and there used to be more EDM nights that you could think of.
Hours,
But do
and
you
they
remember
cut a lot
watching?
out legally because to mention certain parts, you can't. You have to mention certain people, and it was just like
They couldn't mention
cut
her.
that whole movie down.
Yeah. So like it looks weird because you see the kids, but you don't see
You
Janet.
don't see Janet, you don't see Reby.
So it kind of throws it off because you remember back in the 90s. I don't know how old you are, but you look young.
36.
Okay.
So
All
I've been
right.
around a little
yeah,
bit.
you've been around a little bit. So in the 90s, they had a series, a Jackson 5 series, and it showed a lot more. So it's making me wonder. But, I mean, they're obviously number one in the movies. They're
Michael's
breaking
music
records
is
again.
coming
Michael
back.
You know, it's like
I
number
think
5
it
on
was great for
Spotify
the
again.
new generation.
Yes, it is.
It's been platinum in my house for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some Mike Jackson.
Michael has been played nonstop on Ride to Schools for my daughter since the movie.
That's amazing.
She loves it. She's excited for Michael. She loved the movie. And so she put me on to some new Michael music. I'm even shocked. I'm like, man, Michael really was that guy.
So in honor of Michael Jackson's movie, in 3 months, his birthday lands on August 29th.
Okay.
Or that lands. His birthday is August 29th.
Down, and I was like, oh my God, they started off like that.
It was good. I would say from what's out right now, how the movies have been, for someone like my daughter who's 13 years old to get to experience some version of the stardom that Michael held and had. It's
I
just
wouldn't
unreal.
be surprised, and I wonder
Can't wait for part
if they would even take this in consideration. Is his nephew Jafar did an incredible job,
100%.
and I think they should do a world tour of him performing like Michael Jackson.
No,
I do.
no,
I think,
no,
oh my gosh, I would be
no,
right there
no.
buying a ticket.
No,
I really, truly believe
this
fans.
is one of those things you gotta
No.
just do
Nope.
and just do.
I-
Because what is he gonna do? Lip sync?
No, he'll sing.
No.
He sings.
Was that his voice in?
James Brown, and that
see-
was one of
James
his
Brown, too,
mentors.
yep.
So it's
Okay.
like he just came out the gate like that talented. Because you gotta think about how young he was when he started.
Yeah.
5.
He was literally a baby.
And then global
Slave labor.
superstar at 10.
You know what I'm
Yes.
Or
saying?
8 years old. Actually, 8
And then
because
before
he.
the internet, so when he
Yeah.
stepped out for the world to know he was out, when you couldn't post like tag me, I'm here.
First one of us on MTV.
100, the first one.
You know
First
what I'm
black
saying?
man
On
on MTV. And I'm glad they highlighted that part in the movie. That was a big
That
moment.
street performance had me shocked. Like, how did those people know he was there when there was no cell phones? There was no.
They
internet?
know.
They just had the whole street blocked. I was like, is that real? Is that factual?
I
Yeah.
went back and I looked it up. I looked at like pictures and stuff just to compare because I did the same thing with Bohemian Rhapsody. And I went back and I watched all the music videos that he recreated, and it was so spot on. Like every move, even just like a.
I would have never picked that picture. She picked a picture for all of y'all to hear this. She's our event content director, and she was getting the team to do still shots of different images.
Recreating photos.
Right? And one of them was Bubba Sparks. She picked a picture from one of his music videos
He had me scared.
that nobody even knew that song. Like, no one knows that song. Like,
He
not
doesn't
a
have a
popular
lot
song.
of pictures on there.
But I didn't know who
he
it was.
was like,
I was like, who's
Aja,
that?
you have the wrong person. And I'm like,
I didn't say you
oh
had the
my
wrong person. I was like,
God.
who's that? I was like, who that?
He was like, that's not, he was like,
I was
that's
like,
not
that's
Bubba
not Bubba
Sparks.
Sparks.
I
Bubba
was
Sparks
like,
was bald back in our day.
And she's like, yes, it is. I was
it was
like,
from his music video.
I had to Google it and make sure it was him.
I was
I was like,
tripping.
that
He
did
was
not
like,
look
send
like
me the
Bubba Sparks.
videos. I sent it. And
Bubba
he was
Sparks
like, oh.
had a run.
Yeah, he did.
In like
He really
the early
did.
2000s, he was.
It works. You know,
Yes.
it's a good feeling. You
Yeah,
know?
so everybody bring your sons. I'll talk to him. I get him in. I hook him up. Got you.
That's so crazy.
Play Where's
But
Aja? Where's
over
Waldo?
here, what are some things that the viewers, people that can know that you have working up in the progress of 3-0?
As far as events coming down the
events,
road,
yeah.
what do we have coming down the road that's big outside of tacos and tequila? Really, we don't have a lot of big events planned yet that I've been told.
Yep.
I'm always last to know because
Here,
I appreciate that.
especially the sushi festival in November. That will be locked here, and y'all hear it first. The San Antonio Sushi Festival, the first one ever, will be here.
That's gonna be huge. I'm sure of it. And so, like I said, we're open to experimenting with different ideas. We're creative. We're not genre specific. So we want to find a way to cater to everyone. Marlon's coming into town. We'll figure out what that looks like. Marlon Wayne.
Marlon Wayans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so June
figure it
4th through
out.
the 7th. I'll share that with you all right now. I got the green light to be booking him, so I'm excited about that.
So we're just trying to find opportunities.
We may bring him over here.
Wherever we're trying to find is whatever we can do that leads to customers feeling like, man, that place is always doing something.
And I believe in divine timing. So it's like, it's not an accident the way we all met each other.
I agree.
And everything
Absolutely.
works out the way it's supposed to. I mean, it's crazy.
I have this line that I tell people. I believe when you find your purpose, the world conspires to make it happen.
Ooh.
And so everything that
Got
I
on a
do,
t-shirt.
things just align and God opens doors. I don't know if you're spiritual, but things begin to work out in my favor because it's aligning as it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And so we always say that. I always tell people, be careful what you say around me because it might just happen. I told you a story about I was getting the bar. The part I left out was an agent on my team came to me on Monday and she's like, y'all should open a bar like the previous bar. And at the time I was unfamiliar. And I was like, what's that bar? And she said what it was. Wednesday morning, she sends me the Facebook message of it being locked out. 2 days later, I tell her, you got to be careful what you say because there's something working behind the doors, things that are opening for us. And then if someone wants to open a bar today, I would say smaller is better. If I could do it all over again, I would have went the smaller space inside. It makes the vibe feel bigger. So start with the smaller footprint to start. Get yourself familiar. I would say SBA, make sure you sign a 10-year lease. We didn't make that mistake here. So we had the front loaded. So all the money that we invested came out of my pocket because we didn't sign a 10-year lease on the building. I looked at average bar failure rate. I'm like, look, I'm not committing myself to 10 years. So if you're going to do it, other people's money, SBA would be the way I would recommend going. Sign a 10-year lease on the space you want to get. that will allow you to have some runway so that you can figure out the things you need to figure out as you open the bar. Control your rent costs. Get rent to be affordable. That way you can thrive in the bar business. I think that would be my piece of advice if you're going to get in this business.
So you own.
I front-loaded all the money to open this bar because we didn't have a 10-year lease, and the 10-year minimum they need a 10-year minimum for an SBA loan. So we had to go cash heavy. Fortunately, we're in a position to be able to do so. But for a lot of other people to invest this type of money is not only stressful, but it becomes, if it doesn't work, you just invested X amount of dollars on a dream and a hope that it would work, right? In our case, just a fun project for some boys to do. But the initial thought was like, I'll get an SBA. And they're like, oh, you need a 10-year lease. And I'm like, I'm not willing to sign a 10-year lease on the building because the last bar is here 36 months.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to be here 36 months and then not be able to continue and then be on the hook for this lease.
Wow.
And so we were more mindful on what that looks like. Other than that, I would also say, if you're a bar goer and you're like in the bar scene, it might not be a good idea to open a bar. A lot of free booze if you're the type that want to drink all your alcohol. I still technically buy all my alcohol when I come to the bar because I want to set the tone for the people who work with us. Like, even he pays for his drinks when he comes in. I don't get discounts. I don't count my tab. I pay for the drink.
I can't fist up on that because all my friends that own bars, I don't pay for my tab. But I also, I hook them up with certain things too.
Absolutely.
So it's like a.
We comp other people's tabs when they come in here because we're in the hospitality business and there are people who do things for our bar that we want to show love, and that feels like the easiest and best way to show love to them. But for myself, I don't need a free drink when I come here.
And if you're getting something for free, tip your bartender. Just
say that out loud. Take care of the girls.
Doesn't mean,
true. You gotta tip your bartenders.
You can't give that money back because if you're getting all your drinks for free, your entire tab, what's $20 for you to just
take care of the girls?
I hate that.
Or guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was something I wanted to do. If we opened a restaurant, I'll pay for my meals.
That's good.
The money comes back, right?
Yes.
But it sets the tone up front that we're not taking advantage, and other people watching are more keen to the fact that, hey, Devin is paying for his drinks when he shows up to the bar.
I think that's one of the biggest things when it comes to having a bar is having the bartenders see that and understand, like, oh, wow, the owners are paying for their drinks, so let me not give someone, extra pour or whatever, because everyone's trying to think of themselves besides the business. And
yes,
that's why it recycles of different bartenders.
If I owned a restaurant, I'd be in trouble because I'd eat me out of house and home for real. For real.
A restaurant was the initial thought. It was between bar and restaurant. Good Time Charlie's had just gone out of business, and I loved Good Time Charlie's. For those who had never been to Good Time Charlie's, it closed down. Yeah, Good Time Charlie's was on Broadway, right by the Duceum.
Oh yeah,
it's been there for like 45 years. It's been there forever, and they had shut down. And I was like, man, we reached out to ownership and was like, would y'all sell us the name? And they're like, we would. And it was like talking to the team, like, would y'all be open to get in the restaurant business and give this a try? And between the two, they thought the bar business was sexier, so they opted for the bar business. Who's to say we won't be in the restaurant business soon enough? But for now, we're focused on making this as successful as we can, and once it's sustainable, we'll figure out something else to do.
Do y'all have a kitchen back here?
We don't. Just the food truck. We leased this food truck right here, so it belongs to the bar, and now we just place different cuisine in the bar, so that way they can have it. No kitchen was here when we took it over. It didn't make sense to add one.
Yeah, doesn't.
So it was like, that's it. So we got the food truck put out there. We rented it to figure out, is it with bar patrons who look for food. Can't be super heavy. It got to be bar type food, but somebody who is creative, who's talented, come find us. We would love to figure out how we can partnership, make it a win-win. Let you try out your vision. Sometimes it's that.
Imagine you all have to come over here soon, because once you see it, you'd be like, you would agree with us that if you had a lamb chop in front of you, you would eat here.
Steak bites, wings, and some type of pasta. And I'm telling you, and a good chicken salad. Oh my God.
Yeah, but like I said, we've had some promoters that got some future nights that are in the books. We just haven't finalized it, but we did an R&B Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was a win. We had brought hookah for that event, and it was good. Like I said, anything you got R&B, I'm gonna come support it. Get here, listen.
We have
that's
the
just
R&B
for personal
vote
taste.
coming, so we might just bring it over here too.
Anything.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I love R&B music. Like I said, that's my personal thing. When I drive in the car, that's what's on the radio.
We had a throwback.
If I'm not reading,
like a little backdrop, and it's huge. It's like,
as big as the wall.
Huge, and it had like album covers for all the like Aaliyah.
Again, this Saturday, y'all. This Saturday, official after party over here at Three Oaks. What's the address over here?
517 Live Oak Street, San Antonio, 78202.